and welcome to our first ever episode of the Dirty Dozen Football Fantasy Live. Today we'll be recapping our Week 11 matchups. In our primetime matchup, we had the top-seeded Ruben squad facing off with then third place Jimmy Cagapalos. Poor Rube squad. This loss to Jimmy Cagapalos hurts on so many levels. He lost his matchup on a last-minute pass when division rival Patrick Mahomes dropped a TD pass to Kelsey, giving Jimmy Cagapalos the go-ahead in points and losing by less than 4 points in the matchup. Where could he have gotten those extra points? How about if he would have started his Raiders QB over Kyler Murray? You're playing the Chiefs defense, for crying out loud. Don't worry, we don't trust the silver and black either. Our next top 5 matchup involved then second place New Car and fifth place Carmageddon 4. The battle of the cars, or cars, does anyone know how to spell these days? One goose egg is bad enough, but Carr with a K had 2 of them, so he's the loser of this matchup. Carr lost by less than 6 points. That one must have really hurt. Shut up, I'm doing this. In one of our more lopsided matchups, we had 4th place Drew Unloaded versus 12th place Kaiboy. And it turned out to be exactly what you would expect. For Kaiboy, what a decision to start Alex Smith, who scored only 6 points. I think Smith has had more surgeries than points scored this week. Oh. What a shame. Our next game featured 6th place The Boys 2 versus then 9th place Transaction Junkie. Sometimes you know you've had a bad draft when you wish you could play Daniel Jones, but he has a bye week, so you have to go with Matt Ryan, who earns you -2 points. The boys, listen here. If you draft QBs who don't score many fantasy points, you should at least try to draft a running back like McCaffrey who can score big. Wait, what? Oh. Our next 2 matchups saw 4 teams contending for the last playoff spot. One game saw then 7th place Super Bowl champion, aka the Chiefs, pitted versus good friend and 10th place Bout That Action boss. How do you end a 4-game winning streak and hurt your chances of making the playoffs? Go with your heart and pick a suspect Chiefs defense. Bout That Action defeats Super Bowl champs 101-83. Another playoff hopeful included 8th place R22 taking on 11th place El Griego. El Griego picked up a victory over R22 thanks in part to Adam Thielen, who put up 32 points by catching everything, including COVID. Thielen tested positive on Monday, but tested negative on Tuesday. Coach Zimmer said at Wednesday's practice that he was unsure if Thielen would be available for Week 12's game versus the Panthers. I have a feeling he may not play. As we leave the program, here's a look at the standings as we head into our Week 12 matchups. And boy, the margin for error is thin. The top 5 teams all have identical records at 7-4, while spots 6 through 10 all have 5-6 records and are currently fighting for that last spot in the playoffs with only 2 weeks left.